I'm Bailey Drexler, and I'm an intern at the Center for the Study of the American Dream at Xavier University. And today we're here with the Secretary of State of the State of Illinois, Mr. Jesse White. Can you start off by introducing yourself and just giving us a little bit of background about your different experiences?
Bailey, nice to be with you. I'm Jesse White, the Illinois Secretary of State, as you indicated a moment ago. I run the largest Secretary of State office in the nation. I have 4,000 employees, a $396 million budget, 138 offices, and 23 agencies. I'm also in charge of the literacy program, where we have 215 agencies, where we distribute $6.6 million a year, helping individuals who come to our great state to learn English as a second language, obtain their GED, and to become better educated and better informed. I'm also the head librarian for the state of Illinois. We have 5,000 libraries that come under my jurisdiction, and we distribute about $77 million a year to those wonderful warehouses of knowledge. And then I run one of the largest organ and tissue donor programs in the nation.
What about your experiences as a student, an athlete, or your time as a paratrooper? Did any of those experiences have an effect in changing your American dream?
Oh yes. I graduated from Waller High School, which is now Lincoln Park Academy. It's one of the finest high schools in the city of Chicago. And from there, playing basketball, baseball with kids of diverse ethnic backgrounds taught me how to learn to live in peace and harmony with my fellow man and woman. I tell the story about the fact that I try to speak about 7 different languages. If you speak someone else's language, eat their food, learn their dance, and learn about their culture, it makes for a good relationship. And so I teach people, eat someone else's food, learn a little bit about them. When you do those things, and more, society and the world will be a better place in which to live. And then out of college, I signed a contract to play baseball for the Cubs. 4 days before going to spring training, I was drafted into the Army. So instead of going to spring training, I ended up going to basic training at Fort Leonard Wood, Missouri. And while I was there, I decided I wanted to learn how to jump out of airplanes. So they transferred me from Fort Leonard Wood to Fort Campbell. Went through jump school, jumped out of C-130s, 123s, 119s. And after I completed my tour of duty, I came back to Chicago, put my uniform in the closet, got my ball bat and glove, flew off to Mesa, Arizona for spring training with the Cubs. And I played for a period of 8 years. And during the off season, I taught school during the day, worked for the Park District at night, was asked to put on a gym show. And from my one gym show in December 1959 came the Jesse White tumbling team.
What is the tumbling team, and what inspired you to start it?
I was a gymnast as a kid. I taught gymnastics in college. I was a physical education major and a physical education teacher. And after my supervisor asked me to put on this one show, I said, well, that's going to be it. Well, the parents said, well, no, the kids enjoy tumbling, and you've done a great job with them. It's kept them out of harm's way. We would like for you to continue. And every year I'd say, well, this will be my last year, this will be my last year. And as it turned out, 52 and a half years I've been the coach and found this team. There are 305 young people who make up the team. We'll do about 1,500 shows this year with the premier halftime for the National Basketball Association. We've had over 13,500 young people come through the program within that period of time. At last count, only 108 have gotten themselves in trouble with the law. It's going to have to combat juvenile delinquency. I believe that when you come through this world and you become successful, you get back. I also believe, too, that every day you should do something good for someone. So that has inspired me to continue to help these young people grow tall and straight and to become productive citizens in our society.
As your tumbler is going on to achieve college degrees, do you think that a college degree is an important part of the American dream?
No doubt about it. We have one young lady who just came back from Rome after learning abroad, studying abroad at the Rome Center. We have one young man who is at the John Marshall Law School. We have another young lady who's on the team, and she's in medical school. I think that when you give anywhere from $3,000 or $2,000 to $8,000 toward education, we get a better product with that. Because now these young people are becoming better educated, better informed, and they are looking up in life rather than looking down. And I remind them when they look down, that's the only time, to tie their shoes is the only time I want them to look down in life. We always want them to aim high and work hard toward being the best they could be.
Has there been anything that's kept you motivated to continue serving the public?
I was a public aid recipient as a kid, and I realized that that was not the life I wanted to live, and I realized early on that education was the way to go. And so I became better educated, better informed, and I realized that, and then having spent 10 years in the military, I was a paratrooper for 2 years, guardsman for 4, reservist for 4, and they taught me a lot about responsibility. They taught me a lot about the fact that when there's a task before you, you see it from its beginning to its conclusion. There's no middle ground. And it also taught me too that you should always, always become a success in life. The easiest thing that you'll ever easiest thing you can do in life is to say, I quit or I can't. And that has no longer been a part of my philosophy of life.
We talked a little bit earlier, you mentioned that while you were at Alabama, you had the opportunity to meet Dr. King. Can you tell us a little bit about that experience and how maybe that played a role in shaping your American dream? I
was a pledgee for the Kappa Alpha Psi fraternity, and one of my requirements was to attend a church in Montgomery, Alabama. And when we got there, we found out that Dr. King was the minister. And shortly thereafter, Rosa Parks was the lady who refused to move to the back of the bus. She was arrested. And then they asked Dr. King if he would lead the effort to desegregate the Montgomery transit system. And in one of it, he said, yes, but I have to do it, and it has to be done under nonviolent means. So in one of our meetings, and I probably had a chance to meet him, see him 100 times during the 4 years that I was in college, he said, I'm a student of Gandhi. Gandhi was instrumental in bringing about the independence of the Indians from the British, and Gandhi did it under nonviolent means, so which means that if someone happens to strike you on one cheek, you turn the other so you can be struck on the other. And I said, Dr. King, you know, I'm from Chicago, and we don't operate like that. And so he says, Jess, he's just follow the script, will you please? I said, okay, doctor. And so I left an integrated environment to attend a school in the segregated South. And I tell young people that once you've experienced discrimination and segregation, you know how badly it makes you feel, you know how deeply it cuts. You don't want to ever do that to another human being. So I have zero tolerance when it comes to individuals playing the ugliest card in the deck, that is disliking someone because of race, creed, or color.
What do you consider to be your American dream?
I'm straight from Uncle Sam, and I love this country, and there are people who are dying, who are doing all they can to become a part of this great country of ours. And sometimes the people who are here are cavalier about their citizenship, about helping this country to continue to move forward, to help this country to be held in a positive light. And so for those who look down upon this country, meaning some of our citizens, shame on them. And they should not do anything to disparage this wonderful, wonderful country of ours. It's, as I said before, a place where people die to become a part of, do all they can to come here, whether it's legal or not. And I just want them to understand too that it's important for them to be a good person, be a good citizen, do all they can to make this country, help this country to continue to be the best country on the face of the earth.